Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Castle Flipper where our town is now population 19. So let's do the general clean up stuff. Let's pick up our resources. Our horse is not back yet, so we can't send that off. The royal landlord is in our list. Wants a house area of 15, so maybe we'll have a go at trying to build a fancy house for him today. So let's first pick up our rent. Send out our cleaner. Well, we can't clean up any boxes she might clean because the horse and cart are not back. Let's just quickly check if the horse is back. Not yet. Right, so we'll have to remember to come and do that a bit later. So we were building our special houses for our royal work people in this sort of area here. Got this nice big area behind two of our houses, haven't we? Do you know what? I think we're going to try and build something a little bit different today. We'll kind of maybe make it for the new royal guy, the landlord. But I was thinking we haven't tried to use like porches and things yet, porches and balconies and things. I wonder if we can like build a big fancy house using that, because we've got like porch fencing and support beams for like putting a balcony upstairs. So maybe if we do like a porch across maybe two sides of the building, try and make a big fancy house like that. Oh, it doesn't quite meet, does it? How are we going to make these meet? We like maybe put slabbing rather than remove everything. See, this is going to be an ongoing problem, I think, is trying to line the roads up. It just doesn't quite work a lot of the time, so I think any little bits where it doesn't quite meet, because medieval times were kind of built a bit ramshackle, weren't they? Built a little bit and then a bit more got added onto it. So if we've got like patched up roads in certain places, it kind of adds to the theme of rebuilding it, doesn't it? We ran out of material, so it had a gap or it got worn out, so we filled it with a few cobblestone slabs and things to make it match in the corner. Now we've got a nice big open area here to build, so I think maybe we make like a porch along two sides where we've got the big open road area, and then make it like an interior of the house. So we want, if we do make it for the new royal guy, we need 15 area house. So if we do a 9x9 interior on the ground floor and a 9x9 upstairs, so we'll then get not 9x9, 3x3, which makes 9 in the ground floor, and then 3x3, which makes 9 on the top. But then we'll have to have stairs in one spot, so it'll be 8 up. So we'll definitely get the 15 out of that easily. So that could work. So I think this is kind of the basic size of the house. It's a nice big house and it gives us plenty of space for garden, because that guy wanted garden as well, didn't he? Want 6 I think, wasn't it? Lots of land. So let's have a back door which leads into his garden, and let's have a nice front door in the corner. Where shall we put the door? How about we have the wraparound porch along this side and then that right side there? Do we have 2 doors, one on each side? That might be quite nice actually, and then we'll have some nice windows along where the porch is. And then we'll have a go at this porch technology and see what we can do with that. So we'll have like a porch on the ground floor and then like a balcony running all the way around above the porch, maybe on the higher level. I'm putting a lot of windows in this house, it's kind of a big fancy house. We'll put a few full walls in as well, and let's do something similar on top. We'll try and match what we've got on the ground floor, and then where there's a door we'll have a full wall, I think. Not quite sure where we're going to have the access to the balcony upstairs. I kind of think maybe we have 2 bedrooms upstairs and we have access to the balcony from 2 different sides. I think we won't worry about where the doors go, maybe. Not quite sure. Oh no, we've got a little gap there between the panels. I hope that's not going to be a problem. So we did have the snap to grid on, so I'm not quite sure why it's ended up with a little gap. That could potentially be a problem. Let's hope it isn't. We'll keep building for now and see what happens. Should we maybe take those down and see if it's a positioning issue? Right, so I've put one door on the top floor. Hopefully that will be in a good position for one of the bedrooms. And I haven't put a second one into the balcony upstairs because I'm not quite sure where that will need to be, because we'll have to decide where the interior walls go first. So I have a nice standard sort of flagstone floor downstairs, because that's where we're going to have a kitchen and stuff as well. And it'll all be like the posher plaster, the fancy plaster we use on this particular house. So let's change all of these walls in, and then we'll think about trying to put in the floor for the upstairs, and then we'll think about where are the rooms going to go. We might need to move some of the doors and things. Yeah, there is a little bit of a gap on this final section, though we did have snap to grid on. I'm a little bit confused as to why it's suddenly got a gap there. Let's just hope that doesn't affect the house itself. If we try and put our rental box down, right, got that down now. What does that tell us? So it's saying we've got 16, house area of 16 already, so that's quite good. That looks like it's spotted most of it. Right. Now why does that floor not want to go in? Can we rotate around a bit and get it to fit? Oh, why do you not want to fit there? Is it something to do with the doors? They don't look like they're in the wrong place, do they? Everything's in line. Right, let's try that again. Why do you not want to fit in this corner? If we can we remove this middle one and then put it in over here first? No. Oh. Wait, it won't put it there, but it will put it there. So why will it not put that one there? Is it something to do with the doors? So there are some little niggly things that I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. So it's like, why will it not put the square there when it will allow me to put one at either side of it? So that means that the walls are not in a funny position, because it will allow me to put them next to it either side. So that's something not quite right about that there. No, it just won't let me put one there, will it? How strange. Well, I think we might have found the square where we might want to have to put our staircase. That is if it allows us to put the floor everywhere else. I don't know why it won't let me put that there like that. So there's two questions I've got. Why will it not let me put the floor in that corner? And why have we got a little gap when I had snap to grid on? In general, it's quite a simple way to build properties, and I quite like it. But when you have these little things that don't quite work, it's just a little bit concerning, and like, why does it not work? I don't like not knowing why things are not working, when in general it seems to be quite good. Let's try removing the door and see if it's got something to do with it being a door, though I don't see why it should. Right, so we want the fine plaster. That's the right finish now. Let's try the... No, still won't let me put it, so it's got nothing to do with that being a door. I don't see why it would have anything for it to do with it being a door, to be honest, but it just doesn't let me put that there. So I think what we try and do now is add the staircase there. We were going to need a staircase anyway, and it's letting me put the floor everywhere else, so having the staircase there is going to work because we can still get to the doors. That one's slightly obstructed, but I don't think it's too bad. Yep, that'll work, that'll work. Which now gives us the upstairs to work with. So I would like to have 2 bedrooms and maybe a bathroom upstairs here, so we've got to decide how we're going to do that. So I think we want access to the balcony here, and then we'll make this side here one of the bedrooms. So we want the fine plaster again to make that a door. And then we need to put in some flooring. Let's use the pristine rock so that we get that fancy tiling effect for the bedrooms. And then we have to decide where we're going to put our walls. So we'll have a door onto the balcony from each of the 2 bedrooms. So, oh yes, let's use the fancy shuttering. That's the one with the slightly gold finish to it. So let's go downstairs and do the same with the windows here, and then we'll find the matching door. So it's mainly the wooden door with the slight gold edging. So that we don't forget to put these in. Right, where's the door? There it is. And then there's 2 upstairs for the balconies, and then we need to put in our interior walls and our ceiling. So then the access to the bedrooms will need to be from the top of the stairs. So 1 over that way and 1, oops, over here. Right, lovely. So now we've got a door onto the balcony from each of the bedrooms, and we'll need to put that in the bathroom in the opposite corner there with access from both of the bedrooms, I think. Going to get away with just a 1x2 room for the bathroom, so that's access to the 2 bedrooms, and then we've put in 4 walls to do the gaps. Is that everything? Right, then we want the fine plaster finish, so let's fill all of those in and just make sure that we've put walls. We haven't put we want a solid wall there at the top of the stairs to block that off. I knew we were going to have missed at least one. There we go. And then those there. I think that's everything, so now, oh no, look, I've just tapped the floor. Right, let's turn that back into pristine rock. Pristine rock, there we go. Then we're going to want to add the doors again, so it's the wood with the gold edge. And then 1 here, so it's quite a lot of doors actually. 1 here and 1 here, and then I think that's everything. So the only thing left then is going to be a roof and then some lighting, and then we can, oh, balcony, yes, we need to add the balcony. The balcony is basically going to be a repeat of the downstairs structure for the porch, because the only actual balconies in the game are in the castle section, not in the normal building section, you see, so I think we'll keep the roof fairly simple. If we use this little like V shape and we do it in rows across the build like so, and then we'll need to add it onto the porch area once we've finished building that. There we go, how are we doing there? Right, maybe I should, no, I was just going to say maybe I should have put the roof on before I put the walls in, because now it's a little bit awkward because I've got to move from room to room to add the roof on. Go. Now we've got a roof, so we want to turn that into the fine plaster. Lovely. Yeah, so moving from room to room is a little bit difficult on the roof, and of course I can't really see very well if there's any potential flaws with the roofing. But then I wonder if a big open structure like that would have had problems with no supports if it didn't have any interior walls, so I don't know. But this is definitely the most complicated build we've done so far, and we are fast running out of money as well. Right, so it's registered 22 house block areas, so we need some more money now because we're almost out. So we will run back to the tax collector, we'll pick up our rent, send our cleaner out and we'll see if our horse and cart have come back, so we can pick up a little bit more money to keep building. Right, is Horsey back? Yes, Horsey's back. Hello, Horsey. Hello, Mr. Storekeeper. Can you pick up all this stuff, please? Oh, there's quite a lot of stuff on that carriage, isn't it? Right, let's send them off. Right, so we've got 5,000 gold coins, so we can keep building. Let's add the porch and balcony area. So yeah, the only proper porches are in the castle building section. So for porches for the houses, you have to just build using the normal square structures, and then we've got some support pillars and some railings. So we want some gardens. He wanted 6, so if we so the house is what, 4 long across here, so if we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that should be the 6 garden plots that he asked for. Yeah, he asked for 6 garden plots, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, that is 6. Didn't ask for any specific plants, but I think it would feel strange if we don't put any. Oh, that's too big. I think we put a few plants in there, because otherwise it'll look very strange if it's just left empty. So I'll just put a few random plants in, and maybe a tree or two, a couple of small ones maybe. Just so it actually does look like a garden rather than just a completely blank space. Don't want too big a tree. And maybe we can find like a sapling tree as well in one of the others. That would be quite nice, I think. And then a few more like flowering type plants in some of the other borders, just so it's not completely empty. I like that idea, I think. A few flowers here. More foliage ones around the corner that we did. And we've already put that one in, haven't we? Yes, different colour. Put a little bit of a variety of things with some different colours. And there we go. That's not looking too bad, is it? And we're doing another taller one at the back there. So, what have I not used? I've got a grass. Tall grass, yeah. Tall decorative grass type thing. I could put some mushrooms and things for like food maybe, but I think we'll just stick with the decorative stuff. That's enough, I think. It looks like a real garden. That's nice. Looks like a real garden. It's quite pretty actually. I quite like the look of that. Do we want to like a bench or a step? Let's put a step. I might come back and put a bench later on in this area as well, maybe. Let's build the porch first though, so let's think where we're going to have the access points, and then we'll leave those spare for when we, in front of all the doors I think. And now we can put our flooring down in our balcony. Do we want one at the end? No, we don't want one at the end, I think. Let's turn it into flooring. Shall we use the pristine rock so it's kind of tiled finish for the porch? That could work. Then we want our railings and our support structures for the upstairs. Right, so now we put the railings wherever we don't have a step. Turn the corner there, and then we've got a step, and we decided not to put a step at the end so we can have a blocked off balcony there. And then if we want some support structures, so we want a pillar, so we've got a round pillar and a square pillar. Now I'm not sure about round, maybe square would be better. I think square would be better, and then we'll put one at each of the junctions. And then we can add the balcony area above so that the pillars then support it. Do I want one next to the building now? Maybe not. Okay, now we can add the floor above here. Directly above the porch, so the top and bottom match, so it's a bit like a colonnade, isn't it? And then we can put some porch furniture and things on there, can't we, later? But yeah, this is the first time we're kind of doing the balcony porch thing. If we go upstairs and take a look, we can then add the balcony railings and support structures again before we add the roof, can't we? So this time we don't need any step down areas, so we go all the way around the edge with the fence or balcony railing, depending on how you like to describe it. And then we were using the square support, weren't we? So if we put one of these in each of the corners again. I like the snap effect function, as it theoretically makes things so much simpler. There we go. And then the roof, we were using the V-shape roof, weren't we? This simple one. So we want to go all the way along where we've got our balcony. So on this side it's a straight line, and then we want to go along and match it to the roof along this side. Beautiful. And then we use the fine plaster to make all of the roof sections match what we've already got in, and then we should have full structure for our build completed. Oh, it does look quite fancy, doesn't it? I like it, very nice. So we need to add lighting now. I'm just debating whether we put something different on the porch and balcony areas, or do we just use the standard wall candelabra everywhere. I think these torch sconce things are much more like a castle than a house, aren't they? So I think we'll probably use these wall sconces everywhere. See, there is a little bit of a gap there. That gap in the wall does concern me a bit. We did use the snap to grid everywhere though, so I'm hoping that the house is registered properly. This is definitely one of the biggest things. No, it is definitely the biggest one we've tried to build so far. But I do think it looks really nice. I think it's all come together quite nicely. So we can add some furniture out here on the porch areas and then do the interiors. And we need to light up all of our lights. And I think the video's getting a little bit long now, so I think we'll probably put all the lighting in, and then we'll come back in another episode and do all the interiors and everything. And we'll run around and get some more money from our tax collector and everything as well. And hope the horse and carts come back so we can send them again. Yeah, that gap in the wall there does concern me a little bit actually. So we'll go around and put all the lights in. We're going to need quite a lot upstairs because we've got all these different rooms, so we're going to need to keep rotating them to put them in good positions for... Actually, should we put one at either end of this little bathroom area because it's not too big. And then we'll go back to the junction of the walls in the bigger rooms. I just want to make sure that everything's lit up properly. Yeah, so we're changing where we're putting the lights, and some of them we're just going to put them at the ends of the walls, just so that we can get everything properly lit up. Why do we put them here at the top of the stairs? Do we put one on the end here? Or do we put it on the side wall? I think it might be better to just put it on the side wall here, isn't it? Could line things up. Should we put one there and then... Definitely want the area where the stairs are to be quite well lit. We don't want people to fall down the stairs. Especially if they're a valued worker that we're paying good wages to. Oh, we're going to run out of money, I think. We'll put as many lights in as we can, and then we'll have to add a few more later once we get a little bit more money. And then we'll do all of the decorating in the next episode, I think. So let's light up everything that we've already got. Much better now, everything looks beautiful and we can see most areas. We've done quite well with the lighting. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SuffKitty99, goodbye and happy games!